Okay, let's start. Good morning and welcome everyone to this CyberSuite webinar about practical cybersecurity tools for SMEs. As you may know, this webinar is being recorded and the recording will be available in the project's website right after the finish of the webinar. So you can ask any questions to our Q&A section, and we will address all the questions at the end in the Q&A session after the presentations. So I will now pass the floor to Georgia Protogerous from UBTech to start with her presentation.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Please give me a couple of 2 seconds in order to share my screen. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay, great. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 5th CyberSuite webinar. I'm Georgia Protogerou. I'm the project manager of the CyberSuite project at UBTech. Thank you very much for joining us today. Whether you are representing an SME, a public organization, a research institution, or you are simply interested in practical cybersecurity solutions, we are very happy to have you with us. During the next hour, we will show you how CyberSuite brings together different cybersecurity tools into one integrated platform, aiming to help organizations improve their cybersecurity in a practical and easy-to-use way. Before we move to the technical session, let me briefly introduce the project. CyberSuite is a European project funded by the Digital Europe program. It officially started 2 years ago in January 2024 and has a duration of 36 months. It will end this December. The project brings together 13 partners from 8 European countries. The consortium is mainly composed of innovative SMEs together with one public authority, combining expertise in cybersecurity, software development, AI, threat intelligence, and pilot validation. Our main objective is quite simple. Today, many SMEs know that cybersecurity is very important, but they often struggle because solutions are complex, fragmented, and expensive to deploy. However, CyberSuite addresses exactly this challenge. Instead of asking organizations to combine many disconnected products, CyberSuite provides an integrated security-as-a-service framework that makes cybersecurity easier to adopt, easier to manage, and easier to scale. But how this is achieved? The project combines a number of advanced cybersecurity services, including intrusion detection, threat intelligence, cyber range capabilities, analytics, verification mechanisms, and personalized recommendations, which all of them are working together through a common platform. To validate these technologies in real operational environments, CyberSuite is being demonstrated in 4 different pilot domains. The energy domain, the railway, digital health, and agri-food domain. These pilots will help us evaluate the platform under different operational requirements, at the same time ensuring that the developed solutions respond to real industry needs, which is the ultimate objective of the project. Now, let me briefly walk you through today's agenda. We will begin with an overview of the CyberSuite Vision platform and marketplace by my colleague and technical project manager of CyberSuite, Mr. Yannis Ledaikis from UBTech. Then we will present the CyberSuite Academy, which provides free cybersecurity training resources. This presentation will be made by Mrs. Zoe Moza from Joist, who represents the organization who created the Academy. However, as Zoe will explain later on, the courses have been developed not only by Joist, but also by the consortium partners who have extensive expertise in their scientific and technical domains. After that, we will move to our technical session, where we will demonstrate SASTer, which is our secure software assessment tool. This tool is developed by Incubit, which is one of the project partners. Incubit has extensive expertise in designing, developing, and delivering cutting-edge ICT solutions and services. And today, Incubit will be represented by Mr. Yannis Makropodis. After SASTer, you will have the chance to hear more about another CyberSuite tool, the blockchain-based collective threat intelligence solution, which is developed by another partner of CyberSuite, Compellio. Compellio is a technology company developing trusted digital infrastructure and secure data sharing solutions for the digital economy. The presentation will be made by Mr. Theofilos Papasternos. And finally, the last slot of the webinar's technical session will present the CyberSuite integrated platform, which brings together the project's different tools and components in one place. This presentation will be made again by my colleague, Mr. Yannis Ledakis from UBTech. And after that, we will finish with a Q&A session where all speakers will be available to answer your questions. So I encourage all of you to post your questions in the chat throughout the webinar, and we will address as many as possible during the discussion. Without further delay, let's begin. As I told you before, our first speaker is Mr. Yannis Ledakis from UBTech. Yannis is one of the key technical contributors to the CyberSuite platform, and today he will introduce the overall CyberSuite vision, the integrated platform, and the marketplace. So, Yannis, the floor is yours.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Give me a moment to share my screen. Okay, so I will continue with what Georgia explained, with providing you a bit more technical background on what you are expected to see here. So CyberSuite, it's a project that focuses on cybersecurity for SMEs and trying to help on addressing challenges like limited budget and resource constraints that are available for SMEs that want to secure their applications and their software in general. There are challenges both in terms of architecture and technologies used by solutions. So in the developed solutions and that are provided, especially now with the AI allowing the easy creation of new software and constantly trying to bring something new. This rapid development and rapid adoption of technologies tends to make more secure, making security much more challenging to be achieved. And in reality, this increases also the risk of compliance because there are also complex regulatory requirements. To achieve security, more solutions are complex because they tend to use different tools or you have to select different technologies from different vendors, and you must have cybersecurity professionals. So although this is not easy to be achieved, we are trying to solve this and provide a central place for that an SME can find multiple types of solutions that can work together and can be included. So we have a unified approach, so an integrated cybersecurity platform that is, let's say, SME friendly. We have integrated intelligence as much as possible. So we're trying to enhance what the user perceives and what the explainability of the platform, or trying to automate some decisions by AI, not to fully replace, let's say, a human. We always have in this project, especially, there is no automated actions that are affecting anything. So these are mitigations that are proposed, but we want the end user to make the decision. So we have multiple tools, starting from risk assessment, pen testing tools, but also monitoring tools, or the runtime detection tools, static code analysis. And these are part of a combined integrated platform that the user installs. And this is also expanded further by a series of online services, like especially the marketplace, that allows to expand the capabilities of CyberSuite. So almost all tools have the capability to expand their, let's say, capabilities through providing additional policies, let's say. And we have the CyberSuite Academy as well. Now, we have tools that cover multiple steps in the DevSecOps lifecycle. So we want a secured DevOps lifecycle here, starting from the planning phase. So we have tools helping understand the risks that are available, or to detect issues before going into actual development, before going into deployment or building. So we have tools that we are focusing today for static code analysis. For example, we have tools for testing, like the pen testing tools, for deployment, like Maestro, for operational protection, like Puzzle, but also other tools that are assisting in this operational phase, and also continuous monitoring from multiple tools that are presented through a common dashboard. So today we are going to focus on SASTer and BCBDI tools that are going to be presented now by my colleagues Yannis and Theophilos. So I give the floor now to them to present you SASTer and BCBDI tools.
Okay. Thank you very much, Yanni, for giving us an overview of the platform and marketplace. Later on, you will have the chance to give more information about the integrated platform and how it works and brings everything in one place. Now let's move on to another important part of the ecosystem, the CyberSuite Academy. And it is my pleasure to introduce Zoe Moza from Joist, who will present the Academy. So, Zoe, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Georgia. Give me a moment to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Zoe, we do.
Great. So, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining. My name is Zoe Moza, and I'm a project manager at Joist Innovation Park. And today I will briefly present the CyberSuite Academy, which was developed under the CyberSuite project. Since today's webinar focuses on practical cybersecurity tools for SMEs, I will show how the Academy supports this wider CyberSuite approach, helping SMEs learn cybersecurity, practice safely, and apply what they learn in their organization. In today's presentation, I will cover 5 points. First, I will give a short overview of the CyberSuite Academy. Then I will present the course portfolio and the available courses for SME upskilling. After that, I will briefly explain what the Academy offers beyond courses, specifically the repository of resources that we have included in the Academy, and the cyber range exercises which were developed by our partner Incubit. And finally, I will show how users can get started using the Academy and exploring its content. So, the CyberSuite Academy is a free and practical learning environment that helps SMEs build cybersecurity awareness, compliance capacity, and technical skills. It currently offers 16 courses structured across different levels, ranging from beginner to advanced, and several topics such as Introduction to Cybersecurity, System and Application Security, Network Security, Cybersecurity Ethics and Laws, and so on. The courses are self-paced, so learners can follow them flexibly and fit them around their work schedules. The Academy is also open access with no cost for learners, which is especially important for SMEs that may have limited time, budget, or internal cybersecurity capacity. Learners can also receive certificates upon completion, which can support professional visibility and internal staff development. What makes the Academy useful is that it is designed around real cyber threats, business risks, and operational needs. It supports different profiles from non-technical SME staff and managers to IT teams and cybersecurity professionals. It also connects the courses with 6 cyber range exercises and more than 70 repository resources. So the Academy is not only a training platform, it is an entry point into practical cybersecurity learning, hands-on exercises, and reusable resources for SMEs. The Academy course portfolio has been developed to support different SME needs. The first area is SME awareness and everyday protection. This includes practical learning on everyday cyber risks, safe digital behavior, common threats, basic protection measures, and human risk awareness. The second area is compliance, risk, and secure operations. These courses help SMEs understand cyber risk, regulatory obligations, incident response, secure communications, AI adoption, and operational controls. The third area is applied technical and tool-based practice. This covers topics such as vulnerability testing, forensics, network security, penetration testing, threat detection, and hands-on use of cybersecurity tools. The main point is that the portfolio is not designed only for technical experts. It supports different roles inside SMEs, including employees, managers, IT teams, and cybersecurity professionals. The Academy currently offers 16 courses for SMEs and professionals. We have courses focusing on SME awareness, compliance, and secure operations. These include cyber hygiene, cybersecurity laws and regulation, basic cybersecurity risk management for SMEs, ethical hacking basics, secure AI adoption for SMEs, etc. These courses are particularly useful for SMEs that want to strengthen their everyday cybersecurity practices, understand basic risks, improve compliance awareness, and support safer digital operations. We have also more applied technical cyber and tool-based courses. These include forensic analysis techniques, firewall and intrusion detection systems, practical penetration testing with the pen testing tool developed by our partner Montimas, VPNs and secure network protocols, and so on. These courses support learners who want to move from awareness to more practical and technical cybersecurity skills. So SMEs can select courses according to their immediate needs, whether they want to start with basic awareness and compliance or move towards hands-on technical practice. Before closing, I would also like to briefly highlight the feedback received from our learners. Learner feedback so far has been very positive. Participants highlighted the clear structure, practical content, and relevance of the courses for SMEs. They especially valued the connection between cybersecurity, compliance, AI governance, and real business needs. This confirms that the Academy is moving in the right direction, which also gives us useful input to further improve and deepen future courses. The Academy also supports a very simple user journey. The first step is to register. Users can create a free account in just a few minutes. The second step is to explore the Academy. You can browse available courses, resources, and the cyber edge exercises based on your role and needs. And the third step is to learn. Here, users can complete activities, earn certificates, and even share their achievements on social media. The Academy is also visible through the Digital Skills and Jobs platform of the European Commission, which helps increase its reach beyond the project community. For SMEs, the recommended approach is simple. You can start with a short practical course, then explore related resources in the repository, and if relevant, continue with hands-on exercises through the available CyberEdge activities. To get started, users can visit academy.cybersuiteproject.eu or scan this QR code that you can see in our presentation. Registration takes only a few minutes, and after that, you can start learning immediately, explore the exercises and repository resources, and further material that is available in the platform. So we invite everyone, SMEs, professional learners, and all webinar participants to explore our platform and use it as a starting point for strengthening cybersecurity readiness. Thank you very much for your attention, and I will be happy to answer any questions during the Q&A session.
Thank you, Zoe. As you already mentioned, the Academy plays an important role in helping organizations and also employees and individuals to strengthen cybersecurity awareness and also to build practical skills based on the technical solutions that have been developed within the frame of the project. We will now move to our technical demonstration, to our technical session. Our next speaker is Mr. Yannis Makropodis from Incubit, who will present SASTer, the secure software assessment tool of the CyberSuite platform. Yanni, the floor is yours.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Yannis Makropodis, and I represent Intergrated Innovations. Today, I will present SASTer, a web-based static application security testing platform. The objective of this short presentation is to explain the problem that SASTer addresses, its main capabilities, how the platform works from the user perspective, and some practical scenarios in which it can be applied. Okay, let us begin with the motivation behind the tool. Software vulnerabilities are frequently introduced during the coding and development stages. However, they may not be identified until the testing phase, or in some cases after the application has already been deployed. The later a weakness is identified, the more difficult and disruptive it may become to correct. A late correction may require changes not only to the source code, but also to testing procedures, deployment configurations, and operational systems. The shift-left approach, therefore, aims to introduce security feedback earlier in the software development lifecycle. This does not mean that static analysis replaces penetration testing, dynamic testing, or manual code review, but it provides an additional layer of early feedback that can help developers identify potentially secure patterns while the code is still under development. This is especially relevant for SMEs. Smaller organizations may have limited access to specialized security personnel or enterprise-grade application security platforms. At the same time, modern software projects can contain several programming languages and third-party dependencies. This means that a single scanner or rule set may not provide sufficient coverage. Finally, the findings must be understandable and actionable. Developers need information such as the affected file, the relevant line, and an explanation of the potential problem. What is SASTer? SASTer is a web-based static application security testing platform. Static analysis examines source code without executing the complete application, depending on the selecting module. The platform can also examine software dependencies and related project information. Through a single platform, users can create projects, upload source code files, trigger the available analysis modules, and retrieve the generated findings. SASTer supports several programming languages, including C and C++, Python, Java, and JavaScript, or TypeScript. Additional languages may also be supported depending on the analysis modules integrated into the platform. The results are grouped according to the scanner that produced them, where the underlying scanner provides the relevant information. A finding may include the affected file, line number, vulnerability description, and severity. The platform is based on open source analysis tools. This provides transparency regarding the underlying scanning capabilities and allows the architecture to be extended with additional modules. SASTer can be used through both a web interface and a REST API. A Python client is also available for programmatic access and workflow automation. The main target users include SME developers, DevOps, and DevSecOps teams, security engineers, researchers, and technical testers. The goal is not to guarantee that an application is free from vulnerabilities, but help teams identify and prioritize potential weaknesses earlier and with less manual effort. The workflow is organized around individual projects. The first step is registration or logging. The authenticating access is required so that each user can manage their own projects and associated files. The user then creates a named project. This project operates as a workspace in which the uploaded files, project metadata, and generated analysis results are kept together. The next step is to upload the source code. Users can upload individual files or a zip archive containing a larger project. When an archive is uploaded, its contents are extracted into the project workspace. SASTer then examines the uploaded project and calculates basic information, including the number of files, their total size, and the technologies identified in the repository. This information helps the platform and the user to understand which analysis module may be relevant to the project. The available modules can then be executed. Each module performs its own analysis independently and returns its findings. After the analysis has completed, the findings are grouped by scanner. The user can review the available description, file paths, affected line, and evidence provided by each module. These results can support the developer in deciding which findings require investigation and which remediation actions should be prioritized. Previously generated results can also be retrieved without immediately repeating the complete scan. There are two main access paths. The first is the web interface that is intended for interactive use, demonstrations, end users who want a straightforward project-based workflow, and the REST API and Python client that are intended for programmatic interaction and can support integration with broader technical or automated workflows. From a technical perspective, SASTer follows a modular service architecture. The purpose of this architecture is to separate user access, project management, file storage, and analysis execution. Fast API is used for the REST backend. It supports operations such as user authentication, project creation, file upload, analysis triggering, and result retrieval. Python is used for the server-side implementation and for the optional client interface. SQLite and SQL Alchemy are used to store user accounts, project metadata, folder statistics, and information related to the analysis process. And one of the central elements is the pluggable module loader. Instead of tightly integrating all scanners directly into the main application, SASTer uses modules that can be discovered and loaded by the platform. This makes it possible to add or update analysis capabilities without redesigning the complete system. The file storage component maintains a separate workspace for each project and handles upload source code files and zip archives. For normal users, the platform is provided as a hosted service. They do not need to install the complete SASTer environment locally. And the important point is that the architecture provides a consistent user workflow, even when different security scanners are operating behind the platform. SASTer can support several practical scenarios. The first scenario is an SME release check. Before releasing a small web application, a development team can upload the project and perform an additional static assessment. This can help identify coding weaknesses or vulnerable software dependencies that require further investigation. The second scenario concerns legacy C or C++ projects. Older code bases may contain unsafe functions, outdated implementation practices, or patterns that are difficult to review manually. C and C++ analysis modules can help identify areas of the code that should be examined by the responsible developer or security engineer. A third scenario is Python dependency analysis. A Python project may depend on third-party packages that contain publicly known vulnerabilities. Dependency-oriented modules can identify packages that may need to be updated, replaced, or reviewed. And the fourth scenario is training, demonstration, or hackathon use. Participants can use non-sensitive sample code to become familiar with the complete workflow, meaning creating a project, uploading files, running an analysis, and interpreting the findings produced by different scanners. Across these scenarios, the main benefit is that users can perform complementary static checks and review their findings through a common project workspace. The platform provides an initial technical assessment. However, the results still need to be reviewed in the context. A reported issue may be a false positive or may require further validation. Similarly, the absence of reported findings does not prove that an application is secure. To conclude, SASTer provides a practical and a modular approach to static code analysis. It brings project creation, source code upload, multiple analysis modules, and result review together through a web interface and a REST API. Its purpose is not to replace existing security assurance activities, but to make early static checks more accessible, particularly for SMEs and development teams with limited specialized resources. Thank you very much for your attention. That's all from my side.
Thank you very much, Yannis. As you already saw, the SASTer demonstrates how security can be integrated much earlier in the software development lifecycle, helping organizations to identify vulnerabilities before software reaches production, which is very important. Next, we will continue with another important aspect of cybersecurity, which is collaborative threat intelligence. And I would like to welcome Theofilos Papasternos from Compelio, who will present the blockchain-based collective threat intelligence solution, which is also part of the CyberSuite platform. So, Theophilo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Georgia. Good morning, everyone. Please let me know if you can already see my slides. I'm putting it here in presentation mode. Let me know if everything is seen correctly here.
Theophile. Yes, everything is perfect.
So again, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining today's webinar. My name is Theofilos Papasternos. I'm COO and partner at Compelio. And during this presentation, I'm going to take you through what we call the BCP-CTI module, which stands for the Blockchain-Based Collective Threat Intelligence, which is going to be available as part of the CyberSuite offering. So to kickstart the presentation, a few words about Compelio. So we're a deep tech company. We're located in Luxembourg, and we build trusted digital infrastructure for the convergence of various technologies, mostly in decentralized systems, asset tokenization, but also the European Digital Identity Wallet and all the stack that comes under the EIDAS2 regulation for the digital identity in Europe. In terms of research, we collaborate actively with MIT Connection Science. We have already 4 joint papers with them, and we are contributing to the Internet Engineering Task Force, particularly the Secure Asset Transfer Protocol Working Group, where we want to bring international standards in the development community and try to bridge existing systems with the world of Web3, including blockchain and universal data wallets. In parallel, we're working with the Ethereum community. We have co-developed a new standard. It's the 7943 standard, ERC, for compliance in a real-world asset tokenization. And we have been also selected by the European Commission to join the first blockchain regulatory sandbox. So this is a small introduction about Compelio, and I'm going to enter in the actual module, the BCP-CTI component. So what does this solution actually do? It takes all the threat intelligence that the security tool already produces and turns it into what we call the tokenized asset record. So we go through a tokenization process in order to bring this immutability, this time-stamping capability, so that everyone can verify and can have a notable trace for these types of information. What are the main benefits for this tool? Is first of all, it enhances traceability and confidence in sharing the threat intelligence data. It also reduces third-party risks and accountability gaps when it comes to complex or automated data supply chains. And last but not least, it enables new business models for the cybersecurity tools that are used in these types of workflows, but also in data that are coming out of these tools. So, of course, it's a standardized process. I'm going to dive into more details about sticks and tags methodologies that we are using. It brings the verifiability component, which is important for not only centralized systems, but also for decentralized ecosystems on cybersecurity. And it's going to be, of course, available through the marketplace of the CyberSuite project. Let's get into a bit more technical details about the use of the tool. What do we get as an input? So what goes in the tool? We have selected the STIX framework. STIX stands for Structured Threat Information Expression, and TAXI stands for Trusted Automated Exchange of Intelligence Information. And those two frameworks are open and globally recognized cybersecurity standards used by companies to share the CTI, so the intelligence they get from the various tools that they're using. So STIX defines what the threat data look like, so it provides the language, and TAXI defines how the intelligence is shared, so it's a delivery protocol. How do they work together? STIX is a standardized machine-readable format, so typically we're using here JSONs, and this is used to describe cyber threats with rich context. So users, instead of just sharing an isolated malicious IP address, by using STIX, users can already get a description of threat actors, what are the motivations, what is the malware that has been used, the tactics, the techniques, procedures, and also connect all the various relationships together. TAXI, which is the transport layer, is an application layer protocol. used in order to securely exchange the sticks data over HTTPS. So this provides the mechanics for systems to discover, request, deliver, and share threat intelligence. So this is actually the messaging service, right? So between different security products like firewalls and threat intelligence platforms, we can use sticks and the taxi transport layer in order to automatically send and pull those threat intelligence feeds. Why are those tools important? Because before having sticks and taxi, typically security teams had to manually copy-paste the various lists of malicious domains or write custom scripts to share their data between the various tools that they're using. However, with the introduction of sticks and taxi, we can enable automation. So we can bring in the security systems that we're using, we can automatically ingest up-to-date data in real time in order to drastically reduce the time it takes to detect and block threats. Second benefit is that provides a standardized layer where different vendors and organizations can speak the same language. And of course, it has a rich context because here we can understand behavior and the context of the threat, rather than just relying on basic indicators of compromise. So this is the background related to the inputs that are going inside the BCP-CTI tool. How does the tool work? So we're trying to turn collective intelligence into trust computing. How do we do that? Of course, we have the input layer, as you see here on the left side, where we're using sticks and taxi in order to feed the data into the component, the blockchain-based component, which actually performs various functions. It gets the payload from the metadata. You may want to also use selective disclosure to induce privacy. Here we have a function where we utilize the Compellio registry API to manage all the tokenization. So the Compellio registry is the patented technology that we're bringing in order to abstract the complexity of smart contracts and blockchain operations. However, the BCP-CTI component does not keep any storage on its own, or the storage is managed through the registry. And here we may have different deployment methods like on-premise or hybrid or purely on cloud. And of course, in order to verify the data, we have various capabilities where we can retrieve and verify metadata through the BCP-CTI component and the Compellio registry. So here we have different types of layers, starting from the top to the bottom. In the beginning, we have the ingestion layer. So here's where we get and manipulate and digest the data. We have the normalization layer where we validate that all the various entries are according to the stick templates and the sticks profiles. So here it's important to understand what type of relationships we may have between the various intelligence assets. The third layer here is how we can map existing metadata that are in legacy systems, so in traditional IT, and map it to the decentralized world of blockchains and DLTs. So here we're preparing the tokenized asset in order to be entered into a smart contract. The fourth layer covers the tokenization. So here we have all the smart contracts, all the verification and transaction that needs to go on chain. And of course, the last step is how can we go and validate, verify that the data has not been manipulated or changed and that the source of truth is there and it's authentic. This diagram is a bit more complex, but it shows the travel of sticks finding. So once we have an alert, for example, or any type of sticks metadata, this needs to travel through the system. The tool publishes the BCP-CTI model, maps and submits it into the marketplace. And of course, we have the registry in order to manage storage and recording on chain. So here we have a sequence diagram. In case of questions, we can dive deeper if you need. So let's see a step-by-step approach. Hopefully, this is gonna put things into perspective and maybe already address some of the questions. So in the beginning, we have step one. We have a threat intelligence that arrives. So here, for example, we have an assumption that a security tool reports a credential phishing domain as a sticks 2.1 bundle. So here we may have metadata regarding the malicious indicator, what was observed, what was the attack pattern, what was the relationship, and maybe notes from the analysts. So here on the right side, we see an example of such a threat intelligence when it arrives in a system. Second step is give it a type. So we would like to understand how those profiles can be typed, right? So we can have those relationships and maybe also support the discovery and the interoperability of these assets. So here, what do? We register the STIX asset profile once. So here we create some type of anchor for the particular semantic model or common data model of this asset. So each record is going to be typed, it's going to be always the same, and it's going to be interoperable. And within this asset profile, we may include also the profile ID, which is going to be registered for each record in order to give this traceability back to the semantic model. Step number 3, we submit it to the registry. So here we have an API-based service that sends the record to the Compelio registry. Here we manage all the tokenization and the on-chain transaction. We're exploring also ways to introduce other types of assets that are untyped and not only belong to STIX. So here we see on the right side how the various metadata from the tokenized asset record live within the registry, and they can be relayed to a blockchain through the API. So it's a simple API call in order to tokenize the asset, but also verify it, as we will see here in the next slides. So here we see that the record has already been created. So we have the hash and we have an on-chain ID. What the user or the system gets back, first of all, you get the ID. So this is the on-chain ID. Here we're using Etherlink just for demos, but we can do any type of Ethereum virtual machine in order to increase the coverage in terms of available blockchains. The solution is blockchain agnostic, so we can connect to any type of DLD, which is private or even public. And the data, of course, are stored off-chain, so you can manage the privacy issues. You may manage selected disclosures, and you are actually on top of it in terms of accountability and data ownership. Step number 5, how can we visualize the data transaction and find information about the smart contracts? So here the ID points to a real smart contract on Etherlink, which here we see the token for this particular record that has been tokenized. So if we open the block explorer for this particular DLT network, we can see that the address is there. So actually this brings a proof that the asset has been tokenized, and there is also a on-chain fact to increase trust in those types of operations. Last step is how a system or a user can retrieve and verify the tokenized information. So here is a simple operation. The BCBCTI calls the Compelio registry. It gets the record back and checks it against the proof on the blockchain. So here we can match the integrity. So we can confirm that the actual asset does not have any integrity issues. And if there is any change in the particular asset that traveled through STIX, we may have an integrity alert and show that, okay, this asset is not the exact same one that we tokenized, so potentially you have to go back and repeat the process because this is a completely new asset. Something that we're currently exploring for future implementations is the selective disclosure capability. So when a record from a cybersecurity tool contains something sensitive, for example, a victim's name, an internal host, a piece of PII, that field can be hidden as a salted hash. So here we may have different techniques in order to induce privacy. So, for example, SME users and owners can have all the power in their hand in order to establish the trust and traceability, privacy with selective disclosure, but also resilience in terms of operations, because here we're not only talking about centralized systems that can be tampered with, but we have the decentralized computing offering additional layers of protection. So in a nutshell, what the user can get out of the BCBCTI module is a record that no one can quietly change. So here we may have malicious actors and the intention, or bad actors. The intention is to reduce this type of bad behaviors. We may have proof of authenticity, proof of provenance for the assets that we bring in. Second step is that the blockchain offers an open verification layer. So we don't need to trust the BCBCTI module or a central hub because the verification comes straight from the registry and the blockchain. The privacy component, as I mentioned, managed through the selected disclosure, can support us when we don't want to reveal information at the beginning, but only if a person or a user has a key to decrypt the message, and it works with everything. So interoperability is part and objective number one in the solution. So we want to have interoperability in terms of established frameworks like Stix and Taxi, but also bring interoperability inside the Web3 domain, so interoperability across blockchains, but also bilateral synchronization between off-chain systems and on-chain information. So that was it from my side. I tried to be brief and quite to the point. So thanks again for your time and for joining this webinar. In case you would like to learn more about the solution or about Compelio, feel free to drop a line at theo@compelio.com. Thank you, and Georgia, back to you.
Thank you very much, Theophile. As you already mentioned, threat intelligence becomes even more valuable when it can be securely shared and combined across multiple organizations. And this solution demonstrates exactly that. So thank you very much for this presentation. To conclude our technical session, we now return to Yannis Lidakis, who will demonstrate the CyberSuite integrated platform, showing how the project's different technologies work together in practice. So Yannis, the floor is yours again.
Thanks for the presentation so far. And just to conclude the story here, we saw also already about the code analysis before, and here it's, let's say, how CyberSuite is actually offering an AI-assisted secure lifecycle that starts from even from the basics, from the code analysis, the deployment. But as you see, we have AI-assisted testing, AI-assisted runtime protection, and AI-assisted mitigation. And all these are being fed as part of a continuous risk management process. So this is what the integrated framework tries to offer. So what is CyberSuite and what it offers as integrated? So we show the tools, and especially we saw how SASTer does the analysis and how BCBTI allows the sharing of incidents, but how this can be, these things and the other tools of CyberSuite can work together. So the idea is that any industry organizations downloads and installs the CyberSuite integrated platform. This allows the management of multiple tools and also the collection of tools in a central place, the aggregation of data, and offers on all of them LLM capabilities that are usable across tools, a multi-layered real-time attack detection, and can be installed per organization. These capabilities can be expanded for specific tools from the marketplace. Now, the integrated CyberSuite platform includes various tools coming from risk assessment, protection of Kubernetes-based environments with Puzzle, security and domain analysis using Kartos tool, so protecting domains. And just to give you some more recent advancements, this is what we called ACAS or NDR. This is a tool to protect network based on online and offline capabilities. And this allows also the management. So from a centralized place, the end users have multiple tools. So there is availability for static code analysis tool, but also network detection and protection. And we have integrated the capability to set up specific detection agents for network detection with the latest version. And on top of this, just to conclude a bit the story, as you see, we have the capability to view an LLM-based analysis. So an explanation of what has been the attack. So this is for the Monimas tool that we saw before, the LLM analysis. But more interesting for our today's presentation, we have the ability to share a thread and initiate the flow that presented before by Theophilo. So if an incident, it is, let's say, possible to be shared, it goes through an LLM-based preparation phase to remove any unneeded information. The user confirms this and proceeds with the overall, let's say, deployment. This is a work in progress. This is in reality the last component of the platform because it works on top of the, let's say, generated alerts and all this output of the platform. The BCBTI tool, it's actually now under implementation and integration to the system. And coming also quickly to the story of static code analysis. Yannis already explained this in detail, but what more can be offered from just a static code analysis tool and what we managed to do in CyberSuite? So we integrate this for the user. So the user, again, as we said, comes on a central place and easily can find access to this static code analysis tool and easily upload, give a code to be analyzed in various languages. No need to worry on this, as Yannis explained. Now, on top of this, we provide, we collect from this single UI the analysis result. We perform AI assessment using a locally installed LLM. We identify and provide better explanation for what is the findings. And we have also, in order to conclude this whole flow, if a finding it's important, the user can decide to add this as part of the risk assessment process. Of course, this can be automated as well, but for now, this is, let's say, manually triggered based on the analysis that it's here, that it's fine. So if it is a vulnerability, this can affect, if it is a weakness, actually, like this can affect the overall risk scoring. And if it is a vulnerability, an actual vulnerability found, we have the capability to add a custom vulnerability, automating through automation. This is for the risk assessment tool called Holistic. We add the vulnerability, and we have also the user can, let's say, map this to a specific asset. Because the user knows in which asset this vulnerability is referred to. And this, in reality, affects the overall risk score. These are the latest advancements that we have made in the platform. As you know, the platform is already accessible. We have the alpha version of CyberSuite platform in the last months. So demo accounts can be requested. Please contact us for giving you an invitation to join and test the platform. We have uploaded the video of the alpha version. Now, this is available in the YouTube channel of the project and shows all the capabilities available in the alpha version. This has been expanded further. And what are next steps? Because we have to close this session. We have the tools that are operational, and to be honest, this is under testing at the moment by our pilots, our 4 diverse pilots. We have this online playground that can be tested. We push updates frequently to this platform. Even these days, we push the updates on various tools and their integration because we're working more on the integration of the tools. And the final version is to be released end of September. So keep connected for upcoming news and releases. And in our upcoming webinars, I guess we are going to have some more time to show you more the platform in action with a walkthrough among the various tools. So these are from my part.
Thank you very much, Yannis. Thank you for this presentation. You put everything in place, all the different components, how they interact, and what the integrated platform offers to the users. You will have the chance to provide more information during the Q&A session, which is the session that now follows. I would now like to invite Mrs. Maria Pachea from EMBOS, who is the Dissemination and Communication Manager of the project, along with all speakers, to join us for the Q&A session. So, Maria, you may take the lead now and moderate the session.
Thank you, Georgia, and thank you to all presenters. As you mentioned before, I encourage everyone to post your questions in the Q&A section. So we have received 2 questions. The first one is, if you had to highlight one key advantage of SASTer for SMEs, what would it be? I think Yannis Makropodis could help us with that.
I think the key advantage of SASTer is that it's cloud-based and it is been hosted in a server, so an SME has not to install it in their premises. And also that it has multiple scanners and can analyze many languages of code.
Thank you, Yannis.
And if I add, on top of the advantages, let's say, of SASTer on its own, I have to add that if it is used, and the idea is that if it is used as part of the CyberSuite platform as a whole, this can be expanded with the benefits of LLM explainability and the automated suggestion for mitigations for the findings, and also the integration with the risk assessment process.
Thank you, Jens. There is another one about the blockchain. So what is the main benefit of using blockchain to share threat intelligence compared to traditional approaches?
Yes, thanks, Maria, for the question. So if I was to summarize the benefits, I would see 3 core value propositions for blockchain within the CTI environment. The first one is how can enhance traceability and confidence in sharing those threat intelligence data. And here we may imagine completely automated processes where you have actual machines or AI systems managing the risk assessment, to fixes, to system monitoring. So here we need to have an auditable trace for the data that was inserted, how the decision was made, what were the next steps based on the output of the tool, and have a very complete and consistent view of what is actually true in those types of workflows. So here in this complex or automated supply chains on data, the objective is to reduce third-party risks because you may have different players or different tools that are come into play. And of course, you have accountability gaps because if something breaks, you need to be able to show who was the bad actor or where the problem actually was. And the third one, which is also related to some innovation elements, is how we can use these technologies to enable new business models for the cybersecurity tools, but also for the data that are produced through these tools. So I'm not sure if I answered the question. Please let me know in the chat. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. I would also like to ask Zoe from Joist about the Academy. The CyberSuite Academy offers courses for different audience. So if an SME is just starting its cybersecurity journey, which course would you recommend to begin with and why?
Thank you for the question. Actually, it depends on the level. The CyberSuite Academy has several filters for the courses based on the level. So if it's on beginner level, I would suggest to start with something like cyber hygiene, which is more general, or a basic cybersecurity risk management for SMEs, which is also a very beginner level course. But it truly depends on the level of the participant and its role in the academy, in the SME.
Thank you, Zoe. Maybe a last one for Yanis from UBTech. What would you say is the biggest benefit of the CyberSuite platform for an SME with limited cybersecurity expertise?
I think the biggest benefit is that it's a, let's say, an integrated platform with that includes multiple tools that can fit in different needs. So there are instead of trying to find different solutions from various vendors, we suggest we offer an integrated, it's an opinionated, let's say, approach of giving specific tools. We believe that these tools, they are EU-based tools that can help you, let's say, utilize existing capabilities as part of your, let's say, daily your daily, let's say, life as part of an SME company, and offering protection. So I will say this is the biggest, but I think that there are also important parts like important benefits as well, other benefits, like having the ability to have everything installed in your place, having expandability by providing more by policies available in the marketplace. And also, I think the explainability and the capabilities offered by LLM are also very important. So although the main benefit is that we offer a lot of tools, I think that there are also other points that are clearly very important.
Thank you, Yanis. Thank you again, all the presenters. I think with this we can conclude the Q&A session because I don't see any other questions posted, but feel free to contact us after the webinar as well if you have any questions. As mentioned already, this recording will be posted at the project website, so you can always revisit and watch again. So now we'll pass the floor again to Georgia for some final comments.
Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you all speakers for your presentations and this very interesting discussion. Before closing, I would like to give you to let you know about our next big thing in CyberSuite. This is the second CyberSuite hackathon, which will take place on the 14th of October in Paris. This event will be held within the frame of the 13th International Conference on Testing Software and Systems. This event will be a great opportunity to get hands-on with the CyberSuite tools, test them in realistic cybersecurity scenarios, and you will also be very welcome to provide us with valuable feedback that will help us further improve the solutions designed within the frame of the project. We would be delighted to welcome you there, so please register if you are interested. Here you can see the QR code with the link where you can access the registration form. In any case, if you would like to learn more about the project, explore the CyberSuite Academy, or follow our latest developments, please visit our website and the news section where everything is published there. You are also very welcome to subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on our social media channels in order to get informed about our latest developments and achievements. I would like to thank you all again, both the speakers and all the attendees that had the time to join us today. I don't know, Yanni, Ledaki, if you would like to add anything else before closing.
No, thank you for participation, and we'll be connected.
Okay, thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you again at one of our next CyberSuite events. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you again. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.